Being an athlete is a never-ending story, and we're gonna give you the perfect workout that you can use to achieve athletic fitness, and we're gonna start right now. So when you were an athlete, you likely hated to do cardio, or even if you're an athlete right now, you don't like doing that endurance-based work. That can almost be seen as a punishment from your coaches. But cardio and endurance-based work can actually help with hypertrophy. And one of the best ways to start off your athletic fitness journey, or even just starting off with your workout, get on the assault bike, or even do some simple cardio for about 15 minutes in zone 2. And what that's gonna look like is holding a conversation pace. So I should be able to ride the assault bike while I'm actually talking on a YouTube video. This should put me in zone 2, about 142 beats per minute or less. And one of the biggest anecdotes is that cardio in zone 2 is gonna actually help with recovery. One of the other big aspects is it's gonna help with your heart health. It's going to help with your longevity of living and your quality of recovery. It also stimulates brain-derived nootropic factor. This is what makes you feel really good after you do a little bit of an endurance workout or even a little bit of a resistance-based training workout. And a lot of different sports are gonna benefit from doing a little bit of cardio. Think about football, think about soccer, think about field hockey, swimming, lacrosse. They all have some type of endurance-based component. Now, going back to the hypertrophy-based aspect, if we do 15 to 20 minutes of endurance work, zone 2, maybe a little bit into zone 3 at the start of our workout, and then we rest and recover and do a resistance-based workout after that, this has been shown in literature to actually improve the amount of muscle mass that you can gain in those specific areas. We actually have an entire YouTube video covering how cardio can lead to some hypertrophic gains. So start off with doing some endurance work. It's gonna help with your heart, and you're gonna burn a little bit of extra calories, which in turn is going to lead to that dad bod 2.0. We're gonna transition from being that old retired athlete to now getting back into that competitive shape and achieving that new level of fitness. And we're giving away this free swole shirt. All you guys have to do to enter is comment down below, make sure that all of your channel notifications are on, and show up to our Tuesday YouTube Live to find out if you can get this swole shirt. Now, let's get back to that athletic fitness. Being athletically fit is absolutely phenomenal. You look great, you feel really good, you feel athletic, you feel like you can compete in a sport again. And one of the big factors is we have to look at what goes into developing athletes. We need to train that cardio health like we just talked about. We need to build muscle, right? We have to achieve hypertrophy. We have to train and do athletic specific movements that help us recruit high threshold motor units. We have to increase our strength. And these are all those big factors that go into athletic fitness. So how can we achieve that athletic fitness as we age? We want to maintain a certain level of fitness as we get older. We want to stay athletic and even maybe potentially compete at some point, even as we get through our master's years. That means we have to use specific rep ranges. We have to use specific zones that we're going to be in. And we have to figure out that precise planning just like we would when we're training our younger athletes. So we've got to look at that endurance, we've got to look at that strength, we've got to look at that hypertrophy-based training, and then figure out how can we use this to train like an athlete. If I told you that athletes are powerful, they're mobile, they're explosive, most of you would not disagree with that statement. And that's where after we hit that cardio, we get a decent warm up, we're gonna go into some type of technical coordination movement. And for the audience, I haven't warmed up at all. I've done a little bit on the assault bike, but I'm gonna show you why I love doing technical coordination movements even as I'm getting close to 40 years of age. Mainly, the best part is that we're gonna see some type of improvement in mobility. And then as we warm up and we loosen up, we're gonna feel a little bit more explosive. We're gonna feel a little bit more athletic. So I'm gonna start with that high hang snatch. Okay, so we're gonna do a high hang snatch, 4 sets of 2. And then we're gonna do a drop set for 1 set of 4. But I recommend, I'm so stiff right now, okay, is that we can even get set and loosened up where we go here. Just start with a bar. Holy crap, I'm tight. Start with a bar, drop deep, and we wanna get that full range of motion and nice tight position in our shoulders as we loosen up. Hit that 4 to 5 reps, and then we can start to add weight for those doubles. Now, I really like doing something like a trap bar jump, so that's gonna help you also be very explosive. If you can't get into that snatch position, by all means, do trap bar jumps to help with your explosiveness. But I'm gonna show you with this movement what I love about the mobility aspect. And first, we're gonna strap on with our sweet garage strength straps, available at garagestrength.com. And so when we actually get into that position here, I want to actually execute a full snatch and then pause in the hole. So you're really going to see how tight I am this morning. Here, oh, 1, 2, 3, okay? Here, boom, 1, 2, 3, boom, 1, 2, 3. Now, I know I said do doubles, but one of the other big factors is that as we're aging, think about doing skips, think about walking backwards. There's a difference in how we train those motor patterns inside of our brain as we're aging. It's a little bit harder. That's the biggest benefits of technical coordination movements as we age, is that we've got to think logically and execute technical patterns, which in turn is going to help us maintain that athletic fitness integrity. Exercises that are asking for that technical aspect, that explosive speed-based aspect, and mobility not only will help you improve as an athlete, they're also going to help you maintain that athletic capability. One of the unique aspects around training like an athlete is we've got to have that endurance. We've got to be strong and explosive, right? We also have to be twitchy and elastic. And I think one of the biggest things that we lose as we're aging is that you lose that elasticity. A lot of coaches don't even focus on that elasticity with their own athletes. They forget about what that means with reaction times and even jumping, and how jumping can correlate to sprinting really well. And that's where the next exercise pairing is going to come into play. So we hit the cardio to get a nice zone 2 warm up. Then we hit that technical coordination work. Okay, now we're getting into a plyometric series. So we're going to execute a unilateral jump right into a bilateral jump. And remember back to what I said about the technical coordination, is that when we executed the technical coordination, we had to think logically about how we were going to recruit in different patterns. This is the exact same scenario, okay, with the jump. So we're gonna go here, single leg, double leg, double leg. So I've got to think about that ahead of time. That's gonna help me be a little bit more athletic. So here, 1, 2, boom, boom, okay? So I hit my left leg, I'm gonna come back, I'm gonna hit my right leg. 1, 2, boom, boom, boom. Now, inside of our app Peak Strength, we use plyometrics quite a bit. And in our brand new programming around athletic fitness, we look at all of those different things that come into play. We look at what creates a more athletic individual, even as we're aging. And that's what sparked the actual program of athletic fitness. We want to figure out, how can you train as an athlete, even as you're aging or possibly not even competing against other individuals. So we just executed that single leg jump into the bilateral jump. I want to superset this with skips for height. Supersets are another big factor around Peak Strength and how we create our programs. When we have that time crunch and we can't spend 60 to 90 minutes inside the gym, supersets can do a fantastic job of getting a lot of work done in a very short period of time. Now we're going to do skips for height. Okay, so here, drive up, boom, boom, boom. And remember, when we talked about athletic fitness, we talked about being more elastic. Okay, we need to focus on being twitchy. As we're aging, if we can maintain that athleticism, if we can recruit at high speeds, and we can do something like this, we don't need hurdles. We can do just simple skips into tuck jumps, okay? So we don't even need to have those hurdles. We could do big jumps up steps, something simple. But plyometric training can play a major role in your overall health. So head over to peakstrength.app, the Google Play Store or the Apple iOS Store, and you can download Peak Strength today and begin that athletic fitness journey. When you're doing plyometric work, I would start at around 3 sets, okay? And you wanna do 3 sets on each leg, and then 3 sets of the skips for height. If you feel really good, you can get to 4 or 5 total sets, but build up to that point, make sure that you're comfortable. Start with those 3 sets as that baseline. So one of the hardest parts about training as an athlete is making sure that we maintain that last perfect piece. And for us, that last perfect piece is going to be power endurance. So we did the cardio in the beginning, okay? Simple cardio. Then we attacked that explosiveness and strength with that snatch, okay? And then we gave the elasticity a run, right? We did those explosive plyometrics. We hit those skips for height. Now, we're gonna focus on power endurance, and this is gonna help with strength and hypertrophy. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna walk backwards, push forward, walk backwards. And then I'm gonna give you 2 alternatives that you can pick from. So we're gonna go from the sled pull, okay? And I even like to set it up where we might do 5 rounds of this in about 15 minutes. So we're gonna go from the sled pull right into the leg press over here. So if you don't have access to a leg press, I'm gonna give you another sweet alternative. But we're gonna go right from the sled pulls, okay? Come here. Oh, hit this for 17. Breathe air. I don't know how many that was. Okay, we're gonna get off, and you can either add this as a third exercise, or you can replace the leg press if you don't have access to that at the gym. Some gym bros sitting on there taking forever. You go sled pull, push, sled pull back into this goblet walking lunge. So I'm gonna walk forward, nice step forward. Don't fall over like I just did. Try to train that dynamic toe control. Focus on that back strength, good hip mobility. My quads are blowing up, and then I can go backwards, okay? So I'm here, backwards, even more quad. Heart rate's up, focusing on that power endurance. One more here, perfect, okay? So we can go 3 to 4, 5 sets, push, push, or pull, push, pull into that leg press for 17 reps, finishing off with that goblet lunge. If you don't have access to leg press, just do some extra goblet lunges. And that is a great way to get your heart rate up, train that power endurance, and improve your athletic fitness. So you want to achieve that competitive fitness level that you once had, or maybe you just stopped being an athlete and you want to attain that athletic fitness. You've got to focus on that cardio. Then we get into those explosive technical coordination movements that help you be stronger and more mobile. After we hit the technical coordination, you've got to get into some type of elastic work. That's the plyometric work. Follow that plyometric work with some simple power endurance work. That's going to be localized to specific areas that you might be struggling with. And in some cases, we're going to focus on the quads. Just get that crazy quad pump. If you guys want to achieve those levels of athletic fitness, head over to peakstrength.app, the Google Play Store, the Apple iOS Store, and you can pick up Athletic Fitness today for 7 free days of training. You're gonna get 5 free workouts, all geared towards athletic-based training. Because remember, freaks, if you wanna become a champion, you've always gotta cultivate your power. Peace.